singing freedom.
How many of you free?
Our testimony.
My testimony is.
We'll be singing forever.
Hallelujah. We'll be singing.
We'll be singing forever and ever.
I want to hear that again. We'll be singing forever.
We'll be singing forever. Amen.
Forever and ever.
We'll be singing forever and ever. Amen.
How many of you know that God created you to fly? Listen, don't you know that really you're too big for this planet? You were created for something greater. And listen, you cannot get distracted by your right now that you forget your tomorrow. Chandler, remind him, Chandler, talk to him.
If you ever wonder what heaven looks like, it's looking like me and you. And if you ever question what heaven sounds like, just let it fill the room. Can you help me say if you ever wonder, what heaven looks like, it's looking like me and you. And I'm wearing blue. And if you ever question what heaven sounds, just let it fill the room. Yeah, one more time. Say, if you ever wonder what heaven looks like, it's looking like me and you. Hey, yeah.
Oh, and if you ever question what heaven sounds like, oh, just let it fill the room.
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 Just let it fill the room. Just let it fill the room. I hear heaven. I hear the kingdom.
Let it fill the
I
room.
hear heaven. I hear the kingdom.
Let it fill the room.
Just let it fill the room.
He's coming, he's coming. Let me hear you say it. Can you feel him on the way? He's coming, he's coming. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And he's here right now. He's coming, he's coming.
What's up, everybody? Happy, what day is it? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's Bandwidth in the lunchroom. The Tuesday is Monday. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Hi. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Bandwidth in the lunchroom, y'all. It is 11 minutes after the hour. Give me a paper, like, shirt, and tag, y'all. Hope you're having a phenomenal day so far. Put in the comments where you're watching from, y'all. We have a phenomenal interview, y'all. Grammy Award winning. I'll tell you in a minute. Nominated. He gonna win in a minute, though.
Kingdom is here. Kingdom is here. Kingdom is right now.
Oh, hail King Jesus. Oh, hail King Jesus. He's coming, he's coming. Oh, hail King Jesus. He's on the way. Oh, hail King Jesus. His kingdom is coming. Say, oh, hail King Jesus. Oh, King Jesus.
King Jesus.
Oh, hail.
King Jesus. Oh,
Hang on the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. Whoa, we're caroling through the night. Whoa, this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me.
Yeah!
Let's go.
What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. Do me a favor, like, share, and tag y'all. Welcome to Man Within the Lunchroom, y'all. It's gonna be a phenomenal day. Put in the comments where you're watching from, y'all. Merry Christmas to you. Tell me what you're gonna do for the holidays, y'all. Put in the comments what you're planning on doing for the holidays, y'all. Are you resting? Are you cooking? Are you going out of town? Let me know where you're watching from, y'all. We have a phenomenal guest, y'all. It's gonna be amazing. Grammy-nominated producer, gospel artist, and pastor. Y'all, it's gonna be great. Let everybody know we're on, y'all. It's 14 minutes after the hour. This is Chris Brown with This Christmas.
Will be a very special Christmas for me. Whoa. Oh, shake a hand now. Blazing bright, we're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be so special for you and me. Yes, it will be. Oh,
Yeah.
shake a hand, y'all. Come on, everybody, shake a hand.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Man, what's up? What's up? Brand, you good?
Good. So how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Y'all, it's going to be a great holiday, man. Put in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Matter of fact, let me do an intro real quick. I'm cute, though. Y'all know I ain't lying. Yes, sir. Y'all, welcome to Band With Y'all. It's about to be phenomenal. It's about to go down, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Brad, what you doing for the holidays, dog? Sleeping? I think we're gonna take moms out for breakfast this for Christmas, and then we all go into the house, dog. No. I think they decided to come to the house for Christmas. So that means they're gonna be there all day. Yeah. No, but see, no. What happens is we're gonna do breakfast in the morning, and then everybody's leaving.
Amen. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it won't be like we'll be there at 2. We're gonna be there at 8. We're gonna have breakfast.
Go by 12.
Everybody gone by about 11, and then we're gonna eat fast. They don't take that long to eat them blueberry pancakes. It's quick. Boom. And we're gonna talk, and then we're gonna probably Pastor V gonna probably pray, and and then we're gonna end that prayer quickly. It's time to go.
She wants to intercede.
No, don't intercede for prayer for Christmas. No intercession. It's time to go ahead and go. Everybody need to go to the house and go to sleep, and that's it. So that's what we're gonna do for Christmas, man. So we're gonna do like something else for New Year's, but for Christmas, man, nah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. So you sleeping?
Yes. I'm gonna FaceTime to watch Richland open gifts, but
Okay.
I'm going back to sleep.
That's dope, man. Well, Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. I am praying that you enjoy your holiday. And most importantly, man, I hope you get some rest, dog. I really hope you get some rest because hear this, I hope you receive it. Your 2026 is going to be big and busy. promise you, man. So get as much rest as possible, because as soon as the first hits, it's going to be go time. It's going to be go. I'm telling you. So pray for me as I pray for you. Y'all, I'm excited about today's episode. So look, y'all, let's do some announcements real quickly. Making the Band Conference, y'all, is Thursday, January 15th through Sunday, the 18th. You can purchase your tickets right now at www.makingtheband.us. Buy your tickets, y'all. We have Bishop Mark House. We have Prophet Gabriel Solomon. We have Apostle Brian Meadows, y'all. That's just 3 people. I got 2 more people that you don't want to miss, and I'll tell you next week who they are. But it's going to be a great conference, y'all. I keep telling people, y'all, this is not a conference to grow your church. This is a conference for you. So I'm in my master's. I'm almost done. I'll be finished in a few months, right? This is my second master's, and it's in formational leadership. And I was convicted, y'all. I was convicted because I realized that leaders we're not as encouraged as we should be. We're not internally whole as we should be, because we're just doing the work of the Lord. But serving is not always a medicine to personal soul work. Serving is not soul work. Serving, there's a place for serving, but you can oftentimes be serving while being broken. And so a lot of us are building whatever it is God told us to build, but we are omitting ourselves. And so I'm going to try to do a conference for the next 5 years. That's it. I'm not going 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, not trying to do it. But I wanted to do a 5-year conference. And this first one was just to sit and encourage all of the fivefold graces. It's not a method to grow churches or anything like that. Not this year. It's just, I want you to just come and as a leader, as a intercessor, as a prophet, pastor, apostle, teacher, evangelist, as pastoral care, praise and worship leaders, musicians. I just want y'all to come and just sit and just hear what God wants to say to you. I want you to be encouraged as you enter into your 2026. So 2027 will be a lot more strategic as it relates to giving you methods of growing ministry, etc. But this one, I just wanted you to be encouraged, because a lot of us are doing ministry while being discouraged. So I want you to come in and be a part of that. Saturday is going to be some classes. It's going to be really dope. But it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll preach Sunday. Most people won't be there except my church. But hey,
That's not true.
it is true. It's true. No, because people will be back in their pulpits and back in their assigned churches, and that's great. But other than that, y'all, again, go and get it. Go and get your tickets. www.makingtheband.us. January 15th through the 18th. Very first conference. Been pastoring 12 years. I've never done a conference. I think we do women's conferences every year. We've had 3 women's conferences, but this is my first one where it's just, me. So I'm excited about it, man. So pull up on your boy, man. It's going to be really, really good. Y'all, after we come back from commercial, y'all, it's going to be a phenomenal interview. Grammy nominated producer, Pastor John Elmore, y'all, is in the building. Gospel artist, pastors a phenomenal church, y'all. It's going to be amazing. You do not want to miss it. I love this man of God. I love his ministry. I love his heart. Look, you don't meet a lot of genuine people, but this man of God is the real deal. We'll be back in a minute, y'all.
So prophecy comes before a problem so that you will have promise through your process. So then as a prophet, I will speak something that should encourage you, because a problem is coming on the other side of this word.
Absolutely.
The power of this is the prophecy comes to encourage you before the enemy can even attack you. So I have a promise before there's ever an attack. Right? The pastor in me says, well, now you got to walk them through this process.
Yeah.
No. The prophet prophesies and we own. The pastor has to sit there and walk you through the valley I have to. All right, you need to take this out. You, how you doing?
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah.
All right. Did you do what I said?
Yeah. Why don't they listen to the instruction? Where is that coming from?
Because they feel that it becomes too difficult. You know how you are in your head when you get a simple thing and you overcomplicate it.
Absolutely.
And you feel like nobody understands because of the circumstance that I'm currently in, then I can't do this. I don't know how to do this with what I'm in. Well, when God gives you an instruction to do something, he's already handled your now. And so we've got to reteach foundations of faith, because some of y'all don't understand. By the moment the prophet has already declared a thing, what you're in is already over. You just got to go through.
Yeah, but then I've never been like a church person. That it's a business just like anything else, and it's a show just like anything else. You know what I mean? Just like you go to Broadway, you see a show, and a lot of times they be putting a lot of cap on it.
How are we to believe that you are living the thug life in a mansion, right? So are you a show? Are you a show? Are you Broadway? Because there are people who are mimicking their lives. There's a whole generation who's trying to be like you. You're not in the hood anymore. You ain't been in the hood in years. So then thug life, what is that for you when you're a multimillionaire? Plenty of businesses. There is no thug life for you anymore, right? So then you rapping about experiences. Are you rapping your own lyrics? Did somebody else write them for you? Like, there is so much other stuff that when you begin to understand the music industry, that they build personas.
Yeah.
Know nothing about his pedigree and where he comes from, but here's what we do understand: you're not there anymore.
Sure.
And so then people who are in church can come from whatever life they're in, but if they stay in it long enough, they're not there anymore. And the same way that your life doing music changed your life and your family's life and the trajectory of your children, then why will you not allow the church to do the same thing for people who may?
Y'all, Pastor John Elmore is in the building. A Grammy-nominated producer, gospel artist, pastor, known for his debut single, "Look at What God Did." Man, y'all show your love. Pastor.
That's already love.
Pastor.
What's up, man?
And I appreciate you coming, sir.
I appreciate you having me.
Man, thank you. Look, so I read here, it says this. He is a former recovering alcoholic who focuses on redemption, healing, and overcoming addiction. You know about that?
Hold on. First of all, let me clear that up.
Okay.
There's another Pastor John Elmore.
Okay.
Okay, he's one of my Caucasian brothers.
Okay.
And no, so they get us oftentimes mixed up in bios.
Gotcha. So this ain't you.
That version ain't me. No.
But the first part is yours,
Yes,
of course.
yes, yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
I was like, I didn't know Pastor.
We actually did a video swap to each other's ministry one time.
Really?
He's like, I'm Pastor John Elmore, and I was in his church. You know, so we did a swap like that, just being silly, man,
Gotcha.
because we keep getting mixed up with each other.
Oh, okay. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about this. Tell me about this Grammy-nominating producer. What happened?
Wow.
How did that happen?
So before I was completely sold out to Kingdom,
Okay.
I was with T.I., Rick Ross. I did a couple of records with Pharrell Williams. I was a part of the DJ Dramas, Gangsta Grills projects back in the day.
You wasn't.
Yes, man. What was the song we did on? I can't. You Ain't Missing Nothing was T.I. Paper Trail. Here I Am, Rick Ross. Here I am.
Yeah.
I got it. That's me.
No,
Yeah,
that's not you. That is not you. That's
me.
not you.
Yeah, that's me.
I love that song.
Pastor, that's
me,
not
Doc.
you.
That is me, man. Yes, that is me. So that's what I was doing in the industry. I was also on tour with Tyler Perry at the time. So I would be in different cities on tour, going to studios, doing work, getting records mixed, doing certain things, sending stuff back. And it was all at one time. And then somehow, some way, the conversion took place in my life. But in that season is when I got the Grammy nominations with the T.I. album. Yeah. It was one of the biggest moments of my life, man.
So how did you go from that to pastoring?
I grew up in church naturally. So,
Yeah.
you know, I was a drug baby. You know, my mama drugged me to church. You know, my Janice, God rest her soul. But honestly, man, being in church, it was always in me. So I was always different. So even in the streets, when they were doing what they would do, I didn't fit in.
Yeah.
They would smoke. I'm good. You know, I would never, they started to realize I would never be confined to what was happening, conform to it. You know?
That's right. Yeah.
You know, so as I began to walk, and I met my spiritual father, Pastor K. Francis Smith, he was from the streets. So me kind of being in the street on the music side, him being from the streets, it was a great leadership, mentorship for me. And he poured that spirit, man. He pulled it out of me. I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
The more I began to recognize that, I woke up the ministry call in my life. The more I gleaned from the leadership in it. I began to adapt to, okay, this is what I'm called to do. I'm called to lead a generation. So we would start simple stuff like going live. My wife and I, we had a thing called Marriage Chronicles we would do every Sunday.
Yeah.
We would go live on Facebook. That's before YouTube even did it. And man, we would have thousands of people watching us. We didn't know how. We were like, how? We just being silly. She pouring water on my head. Everybody, we get 10 likes. I'm gonna pour water on his head. And we were just being silly. And then we would give a word after the silly. And people started becoming a part of our community. And we realized then the gift of influence on our life, the spirit of influence. And we began to adjust how I position myself in the industry into ministry, which is a lot similar. Industry and ministry are pretty much the same. You have OGs, you have leaders, you have covering, you know, when you start to realize like, okay, this is my position. God was preparing me for this, you know, and that's how I ended up just kind of converting my life.
So when you talk about when you look at your grace and your gifts, and then you look at your church, what would you define your church as? What kind of ministry is that?
Ooh, creative.
Creatives. Now I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, okay.
So I want to talk to you about that.
Help me out. Talk to me.
Have we pastored the creatives properly, holistically?
Ooh, I was just talking to somebody about this morning. We could have done better. We could do better. You know, I believe. Ooh, that's a heavy question. Have we properly pastored the creative? It depends on the perspective.
Okay.
It depends on the perspective. I would say in my church, creativity is liberated. You know, I got to head on to say freedom for a reason. I live in that. You know, he who the Son sets free. The first thing we know about God is in the beginning, he created. That's the first thing. We don't know nothing else about him. If we don't read nothing else, he was creative.
That's right.
So a lot of churches, I believe, in the previous generation, our forefathers, the people that we stand on the shoulders.
Yes, sir.
I believe they may have stifled creativity for control. I'm not talking about any particular, just the concept of ministry. It was driven on religion and not relationship. Therefore, you couldn't embrace creativity. So people didn't have the freedom to produce music, the freedom to write books and tell stories, and the free, you know, to do the business ideas. It was more about go to college and get a job. That's how we were raised.
Absolutely.
You know, that was the only way to make money in our community.
Absolutely.
So I do believe we've mismanaged creativity.
How?
He good. He messy a little bit. No, honestly, I believe control culture. I just believe we have gotten comfortable with people being beneath us as leaders. And so, not us. I'm just saying in that season, I believe keep them down, but keep them enough, but don't give them too much. That's been a story in my life. I know what it's felt like to be in bondage to leadership.
When you were, what age did you totally engulf yourself in ministry?
30.
30.
Yeah.
And when you met your spiritual father, how old were you?
I was 17 when I met him.
17.
Yeah, he wasn't my pastor yet. He was a minister of music at the time.
Got you.
But he was spiritually a leader for me.
Got you.
I took his truck to the prom. He'll tell you the story. I took his truck to the prom, you know, and he makes the joke about it all the time. And I brought it back late. I brought it back dirty. You know, he's like, "What you doing in my truck?" You know, we was acting the fool. You know, I was a high school kid, but he saw something in me, and he embraced that. You know, my spiritual father at the time literally built the studio with me.
Really?
Because he saw what God was doing in my creative. You know?
In your creative.
Yeah.
So what did he do to develop your creativity versus to stifle and kind of?
Ooh, that's good. See, stifle is often misinterpreted with challenge. He challenged it. And he said it to me. He sent me a record the other day. He said, "Hey, this record you put out sound like this record. I don't like it." I was like, "Hold up, man. You challenged my record." I could be offended, or I could receive that as, I need to find my sound better. Because it do sound like that record. I could say, "Oh, he always trying to hate on me. He always finding something wrong with me." No. He's put in my life to challenge the gift that's inside of me, the creativity to go to the next level. Here's, "Hey man, you're getting too big, you need to slim back down." You need that. Like if you don't have that, you can't go to the next place.
You can't go to the next level.
Yeah.
So do you find that type of, do you find that this generation responds to that type of pastoring and covering well?
They hate it.
They hate it.
They hate it.
Why? What's the problem?
In my opinion, I believe that sometimes you can be overexposed. Sometimes you can be too, I wouldn't say too free, but there's such things too free. Okay, a fire. It's a beautiful thing if it's on a stove on an eye controlled. But the moment it goes beyond the eye and burns down the house and turns into a forest fire, now it's out of control. So I do believe everything needs boundaries.
Okay.
I believe when you try to put boundaries on a fire that wants to burn, in this generation, it gets frustrated.
Oh,
It
wow.
fights back. It tries to overtake. It walks out. It starts its own. It does these things because this fire wants to burn. That's what it's built to do. But really, it doesn't have to burn. It can cook.
Man, let them cook.
Let them cook. Oh, that'll that's a hat.
Yeah, I like that.
No, for real. Yeah.
How do you pastor? Because I want to really hone in on this. How if we look at when you look at from 17 to 30, was your gift, your creativity pastored well? Was it pastored well for you?
It could have been better. Yeah, it wasn't the worst. It could have been better. But yes, I do believe it was. I had the opportunity to embrace my creativity as long as it was benefiting the person that was embracing it. Yeah. So I will say it could have been better. I was able to use it. I was able to grow in it, but it had to benefit them. It had to be for that mission. Yeah. And I think that's where I got limited in finding myself. That's why I'm 39 now. I'm sorry. That's why I'm 39. Walking into a prime trying to be an artist because I missed a season when I should have been because I was stuck. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it could have been different. Yeah.
And what are you doing now as a pastor to pastor creatives properly? Like, because we can end up kind of reinventing it. We're doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
How if you, I know I'm throwing a lot at you because we have a generation of creatives.
That's very true.
How do we pastor the entrepreneur properly? How do we pastor the artist, the producer, the writer, the movie producer? How do we pastor these people properly without them saying, you know what, I'm confined.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go out there where there's freedom.
Yeah. I was just talking to my wife about this. This is crazy. What do you do when the young man in your church is a dope rapper? He cussing, he throwing money, he shooting music videos in the strip club, but he good. How do you pastor that?
How do you pastor it?
That's the question I'm still trying to answer. I'm being honest with you. Because I don't want to put the fire out. So I've learned now, anytime there's a difference between covering and smothering. You cover a fire to keep it burning. You smother a fire to put it out. I'm trying to be better at covering. I'm trying to be more intentional about how I put my arm around the person, how I walk with the person. So the more they walk with me, I want my life, my energy to rub off on them. I say this all the time. I'm in a season now where I don't want you know how we say, oh man, get away from me, you sick, stay over there.
Yeah.
And that sick can rub off on me. No, I want my well to rub off on your sick. And I'm in a season now where I want my life to embrace. I want you to embrace how I live. You be around me enough to where you look up to me. Hey man, you don't have to do all that to do that.
Absolutely.
Or you don't have to be that. So for me, I'm trying to lead, number one, by example, where I can be myself, be free, be creative, have fun, laugh, joke without compromise, and you can see that life can still be cool. Because one of the things I hear a lot of young Christians say is, man, y'all lame in the church, y'all can't do nothing. Man, at least I can get a drink or two when I'm at the party. I can't do it, y'all, so it's like, I want them to see that there is joy. There is still a turn up for the kingdom.
Yeah.
You just got to repurpose how you see it, so that's, for me, that's how I see this generation.
And is that why you have a very expressive, creative church? Yes. What's the mission at your church?
Man, I want you to be free to hear God's voice in your life. You don't have to come through me to hear everything. You can reverence the honor for me, but no, some things is you and him. And I don't want to stand in between that because I don't need to be nobody's middleman. I want you to be able to say, God is speaking to my life directly. So for me, freedom is everything for me. Like, so even the way our setup is, you've been in our church. We love when you come. You and your church, amazing church.
Wow, appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, we have fun with y'all. They're like the most kindred church we connect with. Light shows, smoke machines,
Yes,
like
sir.
fire sparks. You almost
Yes,
got. You
sir.
thought you were gonna catch on fire
Yes,
in my
I
church.
saw.
I saw a
Yes,
clip,
sir.
and the fire spark going off. And you like, bro,
I looked. Yeah, I was so close to it. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, no, man. So it's like I want the atmosphere. So people, I get a lot of criticism for my light show.
You do.
I do. A lot of criticism. I got from the older generation, you know.
Gotcha.
Oh, y'all want the lights. Jesus ain't an entertainer. You know, I hear that stuff. Yeah, he's not in the entertainment business. I'm not either. But I am here to enlighten, and I am here to use every gift God gave me to reach every generation, to let the world know the light was the problem. The sound of the music ain't the problem, it's the word on it. So for me, let's keep God at the center. So my lights, the first thing God created, I keep going back to the first.
That's right.
He created the heavens and the earth. The first thing he spoke, let there be light. Why we can't have light? Let's talk about it. I'm sorry, I ain't to do it. I ain't to do that. I ain't to start no mess because they get mad at me.
So you have experienced, because I think it's still a form of an oppressive spirit concerning the creative that makes us turn away from connecting to the previous generation.
Yeah.
How can we bridge that gap with people who, I don't even know if they don't agree. I don't like your way of expressing your relationship with God. How do you turn and connect when you don't like my expression? I didn't make this. I was born this way.
Exactly.
How do we do that?
Jesus, man. I say, for me, I'm staying true to who I am, period. You know, and I'm going to lean in on who God called me to be, and I want to make sure I understood the question, but I'm going to lean in on the call of God on my life to be me, like not to be nobody else. For the first 3 years of my church, I was everybody else but me. Man, if I could show you how I used to dress, you would laugh. I was suits, vest, tie, every Sunday. Like I was old, my haircut was old, everything was old about me because I was trying to be everybody else I had seen in this, and I was listening to advice that if you do that, they ain't gonna do this. Oh, for years, I wouldn't even touch a piano in my church because if they see you playing, Doc, they ain't gonna respect you. Come on. So I've embraced being me, period. This is who I am. This is who God made me, without compromising the kingdom, without putting a bad stain on God's name. I don't want to mess up the name, but I do want to be me in it, because I think that's what makes, and that's what me and Pastor Mike connected.
Gotcha.
You know, that's when I connected to my pastor. He began to show me how to balance ministry and music.
So hold up, Pastor. So when did you connect to Pastor Mike? When did he become your pastor?
So it was a small process. I was Lachey Knox, who was an artist assigned to my label. She's amazing, doing great things. About to blow up. I think this is gonna be her year. She did good last year on Billboard and everything. But we signed a deal with Black Smoke Music Worldwide, Kerry Douglas. Okay. The OG. He's like the Suge Knight of gospel. He's gonna laugh when he hear this, because he's gonna hear it. And he literally did his birthday party at my studio when I used to have a studio in Conyers.
Gotcha.
He did his birthday party and he brought every artist you can name in the industry to my studio to shoot a set for his birthday. It was a celebration. So you had Mally there, you had James Fortune, you name it, Ty, everybody was there. And then Pastor Mike shows up. And I'm like, yo, I remember you. Let's rewind 3 years before I started pastoring. My spiritual father ministered at his church on a Wednesday night Bible study. Okay. I went down to play keys behind him. I went into the office to sit down with him, and he like, hey, y'all get up. And I'm like, yeah, but I like this dude. He young, he like me. He's doing what I want to be doing. Yeah, y'all get out. I ain't mad. This is, nothing. But I remember we had to get out. They were having their pastoral level conversation. I wasn't on that level yet. Okay. Respect, I'm out. Fast forward back to where I am. I'm like, yo, I was trying to connect that night. This is crazy. We on the same label. He's signed to Black Smoke. I'm signed to Black Smoke. I got Lachey on Black Smoke. I'm a producer for Black Smoke. Let's work, And so we started connecting there. And he brought me down to Rock City in Birmingham. Yeah. And the love he showed. We had a car ride. I'll never forget it. He'll remember it. I was almost in tears. He started speaking into my ministry. And it was just an instant connection. It made sense. He saw me in him. And that was what he said. showed us so much love, brought my whole team down, fed us. We ate the best wings we ever. I don't know where he got the wings. He got them with the heaven and came back with the wings. You know, I ain't never had a wing that good. Yeah. But no, he took my team, man. We sat down with him for like 3-4 hours in his office. Man, he just poured. And I'll never forget the love. I'll never forget we had an electrical issue at our church. And man, it was like 15 grand, something we had to do to fix it. And he was at William Murphy's church. He had performed at William Murphy's church. Yep. And I was there that night. He said, hey, Sunday, because they were still in pandemic schedule. They didn't have church on Sunday pre-recorded.
Gotcha.
Sunday, I'll be there. I said, no way. No, and I'm like, he don't do that. He don't really go around and visit a lot of churches.
Yeah.
He said, I'll be there Sunday. I was like, man, whatever. I'm kind of like, okay, I'll see.
Yeah.
And my wife and I, we was like, yeah. The next thing I know, his assistants called and everybody's on with us. And man, he brought the whole church. I would never forget, that's the first time we had ever raised that kind of money. That was the first time we ever had that kind of love and support, to the point where he brought money to make sure we were straight, man. And it changed my life. Beyond the money, it wasn't about the money.
Yeah.
It was about the assignment. He honored me as a son before I even realized it. It had to happen. It had to happen. So I knew God was saying, hey, this is your leader for this season. Not this, and this is the hard part, not dishonoring my father.
Absolutely.
And I had that conversation with him because you can't choose where you come from. That's where you come from.
That's right.
But you always choose where you're headed and where you follow. And that's where that balance takes place. So I have a father, I have a leader. And it makes for a good balance.
Just so how have you navigated between honoring the previous but really following who you've chosen as your current?
Real. That's real.
How have you navigated through that?
Never dishonor. That's first. Dishonor is dangerous. I tell everybody, be careful. The Bible says, honor your mother and your father, that your days may be long. It's the only commandment that came with a B clause.
Absolutely.
No other commandment. I'm sure you've seen that. You got to keep your mind. So when you see that, honor is important. Honor goes up. It flows in one direction. What people make the mistake of is honor should go up and down. No, respect goes up and down. Honor goes up. Honor your mother and your father, not your son and your daughter. Ooh. Your mother and your father. So I always honor up. So even when I feel dishonored, I never stop honoring. And I think that's kept me clean. One thing I don't do, I keep my mouth shut. Man, I keep my mouth off people. I don't vent to one about the other.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous space. I see people play a lot. They try to play one side again. No, they are both equally important. I need them both.
Absolutely.
Pastor Mike's a celebrity. So getting him sometimes is distant love, but it's real love. My spiritual father, not necessarily a celebrity by choice, he doesn't want to be, literally is reachable. I can call him right now, he'll answer. I can FaceTime him right now, he'll answer. Yeah. And I need that. I need that person that knows me. He knows me deeper than Pastor Mike would know me. Yeah. He knows all the mistakes I made. He knows when I was messing up. He knows everything I did in high school. You know? So you just balance those relationships safely and you always honor.
Do you think that honor is missing in the church between member and pastor and member?
That's a good question. Yes. I believe we become too common in position, but it's a safe balance. It's a strong balance because if you're not common enough to reach, you don't reach. So it's a very tough position to play now in this generation because from what I've been taught, forefathers, previous generations of pastors walked in front of you and said, hey, follow me. We have to walk with them with our arms around them and say, hey, let's walk together.
Absolutely.
So that creates common space. You can't leave them out there. So it's like, but I do believe that common space has caused a lack of honor, where people don't know how to reverence.
So how do we do it? How do we walk together? Now we're closing the distance, but how do we walk together without becoming over familiar?
That's tough. I think we come to the Making the Band conference.
Yes, sir.
And you help us figure this out together.
I appreciate that.
No, man. I mean, I think I don't. One thing I've learned about my church now, we have antibodies, people that have been there long enough to know the culture, to know the heartbeat, and I believe those people. Pastor Mike calls them my lionesses because it's normally women.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Who can see when somebody say, hey, John. Hey, baby, let me tell you how to do that. if you're gonna stand up for the judge, you're gonna say your honor your pastor, baby. I ain't stressing you, I ain't calling, you know, like people in the culture that just teach the culture without you having to always fight it. I hate having to preach about it. Like I hate having to preach honor. Like it's almost like asking people to respect you. I hate that.
That's right.
You know, so I like to let the people, right people build the culture.
So you're saying you need people within your ministry that can create and help other people understand the culture.
Everybody don't know church. So I get a lot of people from the strip club, man. They worked all night. They just want to get their money to God and serve and be in position and go home and get some rest. They don't know church culture. They don't know, hey man, John up there preaching. And some of the people went to school with me. Some, you know what I'm saying? Like people I grew up with, they don't know Pastor John. They know John, so I ain't gonna kill them.
That's right.
That's what I think we did wrong in the past. Like we kill them when they make the mistake before they even know the rule. So rule without, so we give it consequences that was never law. You know, for them, they don't know.
How long have you been pastor?
I'm coming into 10. I'm 9 though.
Coming into 10.
Yeah.
What is the worst experience you've had as a senior pastor?
Whew. I have to get that with some thought. People hurt. People. The people you love and help the most seem to be the ones that hurt the most, man. It's like the ones you spend money on, the ones you over their house. You know, it just hurts. And then I think for me, it's not about you leaving. I think it's about how you leave. You know, because a lot of times when people leave, they leave and they try to tear down everything they can on their way out. So it becomes not an exit, but an extraction. You know, so what can I take with me? That hurts. Another thing I could say, if I could do an A and a B, would be, I believe as a young pastor, I elevated too many people too fast.
Too soon.
They were premature. They had a gift. It was a calling there, but it was underdeveloped, and I elevated it so it hurt them more than it hurt me. And I didn't realize the nature of elevation yet. So I think now my first rule for anybody that comes to my church who's gifted is heal first. That's the first assignment you get from me. Heal. I need you to heal. Give me some time. Let me see how you heal. Let me see how you handle the next level. You know? So yeah, that's my 9-year experience of just people hurt and man, just putting people in position to hurt you.
So if we're starting this Making the Band conference right now. It's been starting from bandwidth to the physical space. So as a Making the Band pastor, what would you say to other pastors that may be listening? What would you say to them concerning people hurt? How do you keep pastoring, keep loving while being hurt?
Wow. It's in your heart, man. It's in your heart. I've always heard a pastor's heart. You hear that phrase, a pastor's heart. What does that really mean? You know, a pastor's heart for me, because I have a pure heart for people. So the person that hurt me the worst can walk back now with the right spirit, and I receive them like nothing ever happened. That's my heart. I can't help that. I grew up without a mom. I grew up without my biological mom, my biological father. I had a replacement mom and my auntie, and I had a replacement father and my grandfather. But even though they were there, I felt abandoned. So one of my biggest struggles is the spirit of abandonment. When I feel like people leave me, it's more than somebody just leaving me. It's somebody tearing me apart. And that's my issue. That's my complex. That's something I deal with. And once I realized that, I took my power back from it. But I do believe that in your heart, to be able to see the person that spit in your face and do what Jesus would do. They slap you in one cheek and really truly be able to handle the other in a pure humility.
Yeah.
Like, and mean it, not just because it's the political correct thing to do. Because sometimes it's correct to say, oh, I'm just here I love you. I know you did me wrong, but I'm here. And you just doing it because that's the thing to do. No, to really mean that from your heart place, from that posture, I think that's my super weapon. That's my superhero, super gift, you know, is to be able to forgive and move on. Because the art of Christianity, the reason we do this thing called church, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in shall not perish but have everlasting. It's the heart of forgiveness. Everything about God is grace. Like we call on Jesus, we celebrating his birth in this week. The only thing that he came to do was to forgive sin. If we get back to the art of what Christ said about forgiveness, I believe we could regenerate healthier relationships. I believe we could prevent a lot of fallout if the humility would show up. There's moments in my church when people did me wrong, but in it, I did something wrong. So in that something I did wrong, I apologize first.
Wow.
Leadership books, and you in the class for it, sometimes they tell you not to apologize as a leader.
Yep.
I can't, that ain't my heart, man. Not in kingdom. If I'm wrong, I can't fake like I'm not. That ain't me. I could be wrong. That might be why my church is plateaued at 200-300 people. That might be why I can't bust 1,000 scene. If there's something, but that's just not who I am. I can't fake that. I love people. Genuinely, even when they wrong me. If you leave my church and start your own and come back, the moment I see you in my audience, Pastor John's gonna say, hey, we got a son or a daughter back in the room, man. I missed you. I love you. Welcome back. Everybody give him a hand. That's my heart.
Man.
I'm just speaking truth to my truth, yeah.
You can be a pastor. Are you saying that you can be a pastor with abandonment issues and rejection issues?
Come on, yes.
You
yes,
can.
Yes.
How if you were able to say, hey, pastor, this is how you navigate through that, what would you say?
Admit it, acknowledge it, heal. Hurt people hurt people. We say it all the time, but I believe healed people heal people. I believe in the opposite. So I also understand that. That's what I would tell a pastor. Hey, man, process what that means. You know, it wasn't until I realized my wife and I was going through some battles at one point, and she was, oh, I'm leaving. And she kept saying that, and we went through some counseling. I needed it. You know, they were like, hey, he suffers from abandonment. You got to be careful not to weaponize that.
Did she understand that during the times that y'all were struggling? She
didn't know until it was, made aware, until she was made aware by a counselor at the time. Hey, that's not a weapon you want to use. That's not how you get him.
So did you say I suffer with abandonment issues, or did the counselor say, hey, this is
it. She discovered it. And then I realized the pattern. She kept saying everything you talk about is people leaving you, people walking out. She keeps saying this, she keep threatening this, or divorce this or that. And she said, yeah, it's abandonment. Where are your parents? I'm like, I didn't have them. And I remember she brought it back to my childhood. Hey, I remember nights I'm laying in my room like, why my mom and them don't want me? Why my daddy never show up? How come, I'm a star basketball player, I'm in the band, I'm a drum major. My daddy ain't never came to none of my games. He never came to none of my school. So my performances, my marching band, all the time I get to see him is when my band run into his band, because he was a band director as well.
Really?
Yes, but then I grew up and I matured, so then I healed. So you can't just go through and then just be in it. I went to my dad, we had real hard conversations. Now my dad is amazing in my life. I love my father, my biological father. He's present now. He shows up. He supports me. He's at ministries, events. I mean, he's there. But we had to talk about, why were you absent? Yeah, I had to have that conversation.
You had to have that conversation.
It was hard. Yeah, it was hard. And he was like, well, my band was Friday night games. Your band was Friday night games. Most games we had on the same night. I didn't make it because I had to direct my band. You stayed across town. I stayed across town. Well, why did I have to stay across town? Why I couldn't stay with you? He would tell me you were better off where you were. And I knew that. My mama, same thing. I knew I couldn't raise you. And rightfully so, I respect it. I'm saying all this to share this, and I'm open with it. I don't care. I need the world to know that I had to heal so that I could process how to manage and maneuver through abandonment issues.
Now, what age were you when you had that hard conversation?
33, 34.
So you're already a pastor?
Yes.
How did it affect the first couple of years of your ministry?
I was angry. I would preach about it. I was immature. I was learning. I didn't know how not to navigate my sermons through my life. I didn't know. So, yeah, it was tough. Yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough. So, yeah, I was immature. I was angry. And it was just at one point, God, you got to walk in humility. This is a call to humility for you.
So now can you recognize abandonment issues with people who join your church?
Absolutely.
And how do you walk with them through that?
Share my story, share with them. A lot of people they forget that honor goes up concept. That you can't dishonor. Your days are long because you honor. That's what God says. So I teach them. I got a lot of people with parent issues and stuff, and I'm just like, hey, we need to find an avenue for you to communicate with that parent and find a way to honor them, because you can't spend the rest of your life dishonoring them. It can mess you up.
So as a pastor, you can be your struggle, your pain, your issues can come out through your preaching.
Oh, absolutely. Until you learn how to manage it,
until you
that's
learn
something to tell a young pastor.
Yeah.
If I could write a letter to myself when I first got started, I say, man, keep this thing about Jesus, keep this thing about God, man. Yeah.
If you could tell a young pastor, hey, this is how you recognize, because you said two things. This is how you recognize when a person is not ready to be elevated. What would you say to them?
First, they need time. They've been here for 6 months. That ain't no time for me. Not after my experience of knowing that. Now, I'm not going to say, sometimes God will send help, but at the highest level of empowerment in your church, like I'm empowering your voice to be in charge of certain things. Nah, you need time to know me. We ain't dated enough. It's like getting married in 2 days. Like, no, we ain't dated enough. I know you dope at this. I'm dope at that. We can come together. But listen, we need to court. You know, so for me, time, honor. Honor is the code. Like, if I don't see you honor right, and not that fake honor. People know how to dress up honor.
Absolutely.
Oh, they know how to make it look real
Absolutely.
good. No, that you see it in actions, not words. You see it in responses. You know, yeah. So no. I would say a system of honor. Trust their heart, see their heart, and give it time.
Give it time.
Yeah.
I want to switch gears because you are an expert in the arts. What is the biggest issue going on in the category of praise and worship in the church? What is the biggest issue? What do we need to adjust?
I miss the days when the worship leaders didn't get paid. I'm sorry. And my worship leaders, I love y'all. This ain't, I'm just in generally speaking, because I went through a season where I lost my worship team. All my worship team left at one time. I went through this about 1.5 years ago. It was crazy to me. I had to rebuild. So everything you see now is a rebuild.
Really?
For real. Like, for real. It was tough, man. Tough season. We'll talk about it offline.
Okay.
But no. So when that happened, as well as my worship pastor at the time, she didn't leave wrong. She left correctly. Who's Lachey? She's my artist. Okay. But opportunity opened up for her to be able to get more money.
Okay.
I'm like, I ain't there yet. That ain't where my ministry. I would love to keep you. I love to give it to you, but I think it was a season shift that was necessary. When that happened, I went through so many worship leaders just trying to find somebody. Mind you, I'm a plug. I ain't being arrogant when I say that. I'm connected to probably the second largest gospel label in America. I'm a plug for this. So I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. Man, here's all of me. Take all of me. I'm gonna give you everything you want. You want a deal? You want a record? You want singles? I'm gonna produce it for you. And I still couldn't get nobody to have the right heart posture for coming together as a unit to build a team, to build music. So for me, everybody just wanted a check. And if you weren't meeting the check, and then I got background singers in Atlanta making 5-6 a week, singing soprano. This is crazy. I ain't mad at it. I respect the gift, but it was tough. So I went through like maybe 7 or 8 different worship leaders before I found the current team I have now. And I finally found somebody that was willing to ride with the ministry, because I'm a builder, man. Like, and I need a team of people that can build with me. But if you build with me, you ain't gonna lose. That's how I feel like about that. You're gonna win. You're gonna come out better. You probably got that same oil. Like, if we do this, if we come on, ain't nothing we can't pull off now. We gonna make it.
Man, have I not said that 1,000 times?
Yes, man. Like, I'm looking for a unit. I ain't looking for work for hire. I want hirelings. I want a team, man. So that's where I am right now. And I think, so the culture is, I get paid, I do a job. I don't go there, I work there. That's tough.
Now, do you think there's an issue, a disconnect? Do you think the Sunday services can be affected if I'm not connected to that leader?
Yes, absolutely. It's heavy, man. It's a heavy, because the weight of it, they don't carry the weight with you. So the weight of worship is a heavy thing. So it's like, then I have to carry the weight and do the work as the pastor. So I need my help. I need my unit. I definitely feel that the disconnect comes out. I don't think we as leaders, as pastors who are natural discerners, I don't think we give enough credit that the people in the pews are discerners too.
Yes, sir.
We don't give them enough credit. They can feel something phony.
That's so true.
And they look at you crazy that if you acting like you don't see it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I do believe, that disconnect shows up. It shows up. It shows up in conversation. It shows up in attendance. It shows up in attendance outside of worship.
Yes,
That's
sir.
important to me.
Yes, sir.
As a pastor, that can go either way.
Yes, sir.
That can go either way.
So what happened? What happened where it became about the check? What happened? Did something happen in culture, in church culture? What happened?
So I grew up as a musician. So I ain't mad at nobody getting paid.
Right.
That's my gift. I played for the jazz, but I played for everybody. That was me.
Yes, sir.
But it was never about the money. I got the money, but it was never centered around the money. So therefore, I was the guy that, okay, yeah, I got paid, but I also edited the broadcast for TV. I also hung the Christmas lights when it was time to do Christmas. I also cleaned the bathroom when nobody else was there. I was in the ministry because it was about ministry. It wasn't about industry. Okay, it wasn't about music. Music wasn't enough for me. I was always a servant, you know? So for me, I think just kind of losing the balance of serving, I think we lost the serving culture to being served culture.
Now, if a musician, if I had a group of musicians in the room, I'm pretty sure they would say, well, it started to be about the check. I'm assuming that.
I know, yeah.
It started to be about the check because the church has not always done well in paying musicians properly, etc.
It's true.
If you had the opportunity to talk to 100 black pastors and coach them on how to properly engage your musicians and your worship team financially and relationally, what would you say?
First of all, I've never missed a payment. I've always paid my staff. Okay. That's one thing. I stand proud on that, you know, because if I can't afford it, I'm not going to tell you that. I would tell a pastor, don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yes, sir.
That's number one, because
yes,
a lot of times we overpromise and underdeliver.
Yes, sir.
And number two, that connection is under attack by design, by title.
Absolutely.
You know this.
Yes, sir.
The first worship leader we know.
Yes, sir.
Lucifer.
Yes, sir.
What did he do? He felt himself, you know, he had to go through it. You know, he went through it, still going through it. Now there's a vacancy in heaven. Yeah. Somebody's got to fulfill the position.
Yeah.
That we creatives by design of, I'm trying to say this right. It's divine design, our gift. We're like first cousins to Satan by gift.
Come on, bro, man.
By gift. This is crazy. Yeah, first, even though we don't want to say that, that's kind of weird to say, but by nature, by gift.
Pride and
yes, it's there. That's why most pastors are musicians. Okay, I'm not going there today. I wasn't going to do that because I'm talking about me a little bit, in a sense, without trying to. Yeah, most pastors are musical because that gift. So did you pastor because you were called? Or did you pastor because you could? I'm done after this. Yes, man. Yes, man.
So you're talking to, now we're talking to worship pastors, musicians in the church.
Yeah.
Coach us on how to serve beyond the check, because you got to get paid.
Of course.
We got to pay you. Of course. But how do I serve my pastor, my church beyond the check?
That is so true. Don't look for me as an advice to that group. I never looked for the pastor to serve or the church to serve in based on the salary. I looked at it based on if I'm called to follow this leader, or if I'm called to be in this ministry. Therefore, it won't be a pressure to make the money as much as it will be the enjoyment of serving here. I think that's what the problem has been. There's been a need for the salary. And so sometimes the church that you're looking for can't afford the salary you want. But nothing's wrong with trusting God in that middle space. I believe in that. If we still believe in the God we sing about, we still believe in the God we pray to, we still believe in the God we serve, we got to believe in the God that he can provide. He's Jireh. He's still Jireh. He didn't stop being Jireh because you wanted to go make that dollar, but you wanted to serve in that church. I would say make the decision to go where God is calling you. And I guarantee every time I've not followed money, money followed me. Anything you chase is running from you. Why would I chase it?
Come on.
For real. So for me, my advice would be, man, find the home, find a church, a real church, and serve there. Serve there. I mean, it'll fit. You'll know when God is sending that, and be patient. Be patient. Grow with it. I know. I think we just lost that building culture. There are different types of ministries. For me, there's different type of people in your ministry. There's those who are builders, and then there are those who just want to show up out there's been built.
That's right.
So, and nothing's wrong with either one of those groups.
That's right.
I'm fine with it. I believe those positions, when they that close to the pastor, they got to be builders, man. They got to be with you. Mm-hmm. You can't be on me. You got to be with me. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my advice. Find the church you belong in. Serve there.
So we can't skip over this. You produced that Here I Am. That song go crazy.
Rick Ross, Avery Storm, Nelly. Yeah, that was me. That's my record, man.
That's your record.
That's my record.
All right. So that doesn't. I had no clue.
It was a summertime hit, man. That was a big record for us. That record by itself went gold in the first 3 months. I'll never forget. That was one of my biggest projects. Yeah.
So do you know all these people?
Oh yeah. I spent long nights at Grand Hustle Studio. That was my spot. I lived in Grand Hustle. I lived in Patchwork, Drummer Boy. I was a part of the drum squad. So we used to just sit there and make music all day long. That was what we did. We worked at night though. We didn't work in the day. I slept all day. That's back when I was on that calendar.
Yeah.
And I don't miss that life, to be honest with you, because I was gone throughout the day, sleep, and then gone at night. So I was disconnected. So anyway. That was my life. So we'd be in the studio. Anybody can walk in, man. Yeah.
All right. So I'm asking this for a reason.
Okay.
So you've lived a certain life. We know quite obviously, there's more money there.
Sure. Oh,
in comparison to the church.
Absolutely.
You mentioned it a few minutes ago. We expect the church to pay us the same type of money that those industries.
It's so different.
Could you coach us on this? What's the difference?
You and I know both that ministry money is designed for ministry use. Ministry use is expensive to the nature of the church. The church needs the money and the resources for the ministry. But I believe that the world has bigger numbers. Let's be honest, more downloads, more streams, more spins, everything's bigger out there because there's more people out there. We're a remnant, whether people want to admit it or not. The church is big, but we're not the popular selection of, crowd to be a part of. So when you have resources from out there, it's different. It's different. In the church, man, the money is based on where people are. My ministry, I know where my people are. I know where they are. I know what the ministry is. So therefore, our budget is not as prevalent as some other ministries. I don't really know exactly how everybody's money situation is set up, but I do know that we spend our money on ministry. Ministry money is meant for ministry. Yeah. It's tough. I'm gonna be honest with you. Where I am right now as a pastor, that's the area I would like to grow in. Is the money piece. I'm so spoiled by God that I've never strategically been a money man. I don't have that in me. I don't pull an offering to try to raise them. I don't have that. God has always made a way, and it's been supernatural, but it's been abundance without trying. Yeah, I thank God for that. But the person out there is different. The world can pay way more money than the church, man.
Than the church.
Yeah, to answer your original question. Yeah, it's not. It's completely different.
So we need to help our musicians and our worship leaders, et cetera, to understand that we're not pulling the same numbers
at all, man.
And then we got to remember that we live off of the tithe.
Yes.
But not forced tithe. People can say, I ain't tithing today.
I don't feel like it. I ain't got it. It's Christmas time. I need to get gifts.
And you would leave us if we gave based upon the giving of that day or that Sunday.
Come on,
what if 100 people said, it's Christmas, I'm only give $50 instead of my regular tithe.
Exactly.
So what's the solution? And you mentioned it earlier, but I want to be I want to target the creatives, those who serve pastors. How do I, as a musician, posture myself properly to understand the difference between the church and the industry.
Yeah. As a musician, you're creative. You can create streams of income that would allow your time to be free so that you don't have to charge the church to serve the king, the kingdom. You can make money in industry and then be free in ministry. That's it. Go make the money and then come serve the king. That's all I'm asking. And I'm not saying go cut grass. I know that ain't for everybody. I respect that. But I am saying, your pastor has a studio. Use it. I'm not charging my worship leader to use it. But I just sent my current worship leader home with a U87 microphone. That's a $4,000 mic. Hey, bro, you got to set up at the house. Use it. I'm not using it right now. Use it. Make streams of income. Get creative outside. If you music, get outside the music a little bit and find the other side of your creativity. Create a product, create a lesson, create a webinar, and I'm with you because you're free to do that because some churches ain't letting you do that. I'm saying let's build together because in you is something that I don't have, and in me is something you don't have. Let's work some things. So it's very hard to collaborate in kingdom between pastor and musician. It's very hard. But that's my advice. Use that creative nature in you to create a business. Use that creative nature in you to create a stream of income. There are plenty of ways to make money other than grabbing a microphone.
Hold on, we can't skip over something you just said. You said it's very hard to collaborate between pastor and musician in the kingdom. Why?
It's that curse, man.
That's right.
It comes down.
That's
it
right.
Keeps coming.
That's right.
It's hard, man. It is hard, and I don't want that. I am trying with all of me to break that narrative. I am giving my life to the assignment that I ain't that. I ain't jealous, and I don't need you to be. I will give you the clothes off my back before I watch you do something detrimental to yourself. Let's build together. I ain't gonna let you crumble. For me, I want that kind of relationship with my worship team. That's a real thing. I see yours. I see how you operate with yours. You can see the unity. I'm sure there's moments when it ain't always been perfect, but I see, when I look at y'all, at least from my perspective, I see unity. I see 3-part harmony, not because y'all top parts, but because y'all unified. Y'all been together. It ain't got nothing to do with musical ability at this point. It's now connection. That's what I desire.
So the team that always ministers when we come to your house, all of us, everybody on that stage, we've been together 20 years.
You can feel it. And that's what you can't take for granted, because that's what I desire, a team that I could take care of, spend time with, build together, and build from. You got your mansion, you got your house, you got that company.
Come on,
man. We straight. We did that. And that's it. No drama, no stress. Like, that's my life's goal. I'm with you, just be with me.
All right. All right, that's it. That is it.
That's my life, man.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Pastor, tell us about the new single.
Well, look at what God did, derived from my testimony.
Yes, sir.
I did just release a Christmas single. It's doing really well. It is all over
the production is ridiculous. The production is ridiculous.
I
you
appreciate
did that?
Yeah, I did all that. Yes, sir.
What in the world? What in?
What most people don't know about me is I don't just make music. I mix, I master, I do all that. I did all this for years. This is what I did on that side. So I've brought it in, and learning gospel mixing is different than trap. Okay, I just gotta make sure y'all know that.
Yeah.
But I had to relearn some things about compression and EQ and divine and design and reverbs. And, so once I put all that stuff together, with my musical ability, man, we making some good records now, man. I'm very excited to be a part of a great team that's doing some great things. But yeah, the Christmas song, since it's Christmas, I'll talk about the greatest gift. It's everywhere, but it's all over. Man, I didn't know they were sending it to radio, but it's on radio. It's everywhere. It's syndicated. So that was very exciting. Next year's going to be much bigger for that record, though.
Wow.
Yeah, but look at what God did is picking up at the top of the year. We're going hardcore with that single. Another thing, if I can say this, to the young artist or the young musician, give your record time. Sometimes the records you see the number one right now, especially in gospel, it took about 1.5 years to get there. Yeah.
Really?
You gotta be patient with this thing. It's not overnight. And that's the thing I think a lot of young artists mistake, is they think, I'm on radio, I'm supposed to be doing this by now, I'm supposed to be doing that. It takes time, man. Lachey and I are just now seeing some checks from Surrounded. I don't know if you remember that. It may look like Lachey killed that record. We just now seeing,
Hold on. What do you mean we? from that record.
The newest rendition of that record that's been produced is everywhere. You got over 16 million streams.
I know. I'm saying you said we. You did that.
I did that. I produced that.
No way. There's no way you did that. There's no way you did that.
You do this. Yeah, everything Lachey did, I produced. The whole project, everything. Yeah, we working on something new now. Everything. Yeah.
Leah, did you know this? You did that record.
I did that.
There is no way you did that.
You hear, she got one out now called Right There. I did with her and Ernest Pugh. And that's like number 16 right now on the charts. It's Christmas time, which is a big deal. That's why I said next year gonna be her year. She's gonna have a big year next year. I believe that. And she's right there, birthed out of my ministry, right there. Yeah. I did not know you didn't know that.
Man, no, I didn't. Are you serious?
Woo. Man, I am serious. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, how can we follow you, man?
Oh, my goodness.
How can we follow you?
Man, I appreciate this, man. I'm everywhere at Pastor John Elmore. ELMORE, Pastor John Elmore. That's PastorJohnElmore.com. Every social media, Pastor John Elmore. That's how you find me.
Man, thank you for coming, man.
Man, I'm honored to be here. You know you my dude, man.
I appreciate you,
locked
sir.
in.
Locked in, sir. Y'all.
Wow, man.
I'll see y'all next time.